This episode of Chat Chow is sponsored by Fever Tree, the natural premium mixer. Stay tuned after the show to see Fever Tree mixed into a dark and stormy cocktail.
Welcome to Chat Chow TV, an online weekly show interviewing the personalities behind the food scene. On today's episode, we'll be speaking with chef and partner of the River Oyster Bar, David Bracha. Chef, what are we drinking today?
Okay, we have two of my favorites. We have a blueberry smash, which is fresh muddled blueberries, basil, and sugar with some fresh lime and Hendrick's gin. And then we have dark and stormy, Navy Seal rum, fresh ginger beer that we make here with fresh pressed ginger, lime, sugar.
All right, let's have a cheers. This happens to just match my outfit perfectly. Not planned, I swear. Cheers. That is my favorite drink here, by the way. Just gonna let you know. How do you go from being a financial analyst to a chef?
Well, I never really enjoyed being a financial analyst, but I was really young and had no idea of what I wanted to do, so I was listening to everyone else. And then I decided to do what I thought I should be doing and got into what I'm doing now, which is, I started off baking, and then it led into cooking.
You know, one of my favorite things to do here at River Oyster Bar is to come to the bar, have an amazing cocktail, and eat from the snacks menu. What are some of your favorite snacks on that menu?
Well, I mean, the lobster roll in the summertime is fantastic, and we use 100% fresh Maine lobster. You know, and it's just a no-brainer. And then I love the clams casino, the curried goat empanadas.
Yummy. I've had almost everything on that menu.
The croquettes, the bacalao croquettes are wonderful.
Those are awesome too.
Yeah.
You guys, you know, it is the River Oyster Bar, so how many different types of oysters do you guys offer?
We always have about a variety of 10.
10?
Sometimes more, sometimes a little less, but we try to maintain around 10.
And you guys source from all over?
All over.
Your seafood is from all over?
Mainly from the Northeast and the West Coast. Seattle, the Washington area, Puget Sound, and then all up in Maine and Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
Now we're talking about seafood here, so let's talk about some standout dishes. And I want to start with seafood, and then I want to jump into, maybe if you're not a seafood fan, but you come with, you know,
Sure.
some friends, what are some of the dishes that you might offer also? So some standout seafood dishes.
Well, one of our all-time favorite dishes that we've been doing since we opened is our fire-roasted oysters with queso manchego, chorizo, sofrito butter, and a little bit of ancho cream.
Yum.
This is something that I created when we opened. I didn't want to do the classic Rockefeller that's been beat to death. I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I just kind of put all these ingredients together, and it just turned into be a huge hit. Some other options are we make our own ravioli. Right now we're doing a Swiss chard and 3 cheeses, sheep's milk, goat cheese, and a cow's milk or ricotta, which is wonderful with a fresh tomato sauce, very light for the summer. We always have a great steak. We source, you know, really good meat.
Now, supposedly I read somewhere that it's very difficult to pair oysters with the perfect wine because wines tend to bring out the fishiness of an oyster. Do you believe that there's like a perfect, I see the complex face here, do you believe there's a perfect marriage between the two?
Yeah,
Maybe there's
absolutely.
a varietal that works really well.
There's a varietal called Muscadet from the Loire Valley in France. That's just an absolute natural. It's very light and crispy and acidic and just goes really well with the oysters. On many occasions, I see people drinking red wine with oysters. I personally don't get it.
Do you cringe?
Kind of, yeah. But I never say anything. You know?
Of course not. Yeah. And do you offer that varietal here?
Yes, Muscadet. We have it by the glass. We always have a Muscadet available. Now, other varieties might be like Albarino, Sancerre, also from Loire. Albarino is a Spanish white. These are all on the lighter side, not typical like Chardonnay, which has got a lot of oak and it's a little bit bigger.
So we're going to go out on a date, right? It's our first date. What might you make me? This is my curveball.
Married.
Hey.
I can do this. I'm
No
married,
pressure.
but I'm not dead yet.
No pressure.
Well, we'd start off with a little champagne.
Okay.
Okay, maybe a little crudo. Maybe some really impeccably fresh fish. I'd slice up with just something really simple, maybe a little lemon and maybe some fresh herbs. Okay, and then we'd segue into maybe a really nice salad. Okay, And then maybe we do like maybe some gnocchi, some fresh made gnocchi, which if they're made right, we have a beautiful gnocchi this year, with a little bit of crab and maybe some truffles. Okay, and then we would, well, are you a meat eater or a fish eater?
No, I eat both.
Okay, so then maybe we'd go into like maybe a steak frite, a classic steak frite with a little glass of red wine.
Okay.
And finish up with some chocolate.
Perfect.
Sounds,
all right.
Sounds like fun.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like a perfect thing to me. Is there any place in Miami, of course, you know, you love your establishments, but that you've been dying to eat at that you might not have not tried, or do you typically eat at home? I mean, I get that answer a lot, but that's not what I'm hoping for.
I've wanted to go over to 1500 Degrees, Paula Silva's.
We did her, she's great.
Paula Silva's, I've heard really good things. I haven't been able to get over there, but I'd like to try it. I've heard good things. Hakkasan, I'm sorry.
Hakkasan, yes.
Hakkasan, I heard good things about Hakkasan.
Down
I love
blue.
good Chinese food. Unfortunately, I don't think we have great Chinese food in Miami, being from New York,
Yes,
but
yes.
it's something I want to try as well.
The dim sum brunch, we did that. It's really good.
Yeah.
Rumor has it that you guys sold the building. What is next for you?
We have a couple of things in the works.
Okay.
The first thing is we're very close to doing a restaurant, finalizing a restaurant in the Design District.
Ooh.
I actually am one of the pioneers in the Design District because I live on 42nd Street, 2 blocks away from where the restaurant would be. So I'm a huge fan of the area, and I've always wanted a place there, and I finally found something. So that I think that can happen in the short term. A little bit down the road, we're going to try to move the river across the street into the new development, which we've already reached out to the developer, which is Swire International. We're having some really good conversations. They really want us there, and I think that's going to happen.
It's true, because you guys are kind of, I mean, to take it away would be a shame, so to bring it somewhere else, because you've been here since 2003, right? Weren't
Yes.
you like the first kids on the block?
Yes.
I mean, the real...
We were here, we pioneered this thing.
Yeah, you totally did. Totally, completely.
It's changing really fast and changing completely. And, you know, I don't want to move it like 5 blocks away because I think we'd lose the feel.
Right.
So I'd love to be across the street because we'd still be kind of right in our area.
Still in your own backyard. Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for being on the show. This cheers was better than the last.
How is that?
It was really good.
Welcome everyone, my name is Matt Cunningham. I work at the River Oyster Bar downtown Miami. We are here to feature one of our specialty drinks here. It's called the Dark and Stormy, made with fresh pureed ginger roots, fresh lime, a little sweetener, and fever tree mixers. We make it with a Gosling's Black Seal rum from Bermuda, where the drink originated. Homemade fresh ginger beer. Slight shake. Topped off with a fever tree mixer. And a lime. Enjoy.